It's a beautiful day today and we're reading about some more Karens. Yesterday's episode wasn't enough. I feel like we need to read more today. And lucky for us, there's pretty much an infinite supply of stuff like this. So let's get into it. Enjoy, guys. Karen drops her phone down the elevator shaft. I work for a company that services elevators. This includes calls from our clients as well as answering the emergency phones inside the elevators if people become stuck. 95% of the time that we get a call from inside an elevator, it's just kids or somebody who hit the button by accident. 4% of the time we actually have somebody stuck, and the other 1% of the time, it's Karen. My phone rings, so I glance over to check which language I need to answer in, and I see that it's actually from inside an elevator. I pick it up thinking it's another prank call, find the address in my system, and prepare to say, "Hello, is there anyone there?" for about 30 seconds and then go back to playing Stardew Valley on my phone. Not today. Today Karen had other plans. I quickly get out the standard intro and to my surprise, there is actually somebody on the other end of the line. Karen, "Hi, I need to speak to a manager or something." Yeah, she actually said "or something" with the inflection of a question. Now, there's so much stupid packed into that one question that I'm almost speechless. Let's unpack the stupid, shall we? Stupid point number one, she's using an emergency elevator phone and wasting an emergency response line's time to make a complaint. I know I said I was playing Stardew Valley, but you're on Reddit. Don't judge me. Stupid point number two, her request doesn't even make sense. Does she want my manager? We have thousands of employees and dozens of officers. Does she want the account rep for the building? Does she want the supervisor of the technician who handles her building? Does she want the manager of her local branch? Is this about a bill? I don't know what Karen wants, and I'm pretty sure I left my Nintendo Switch at home, so it can't be that. Stupid point three, we can't give any information to anybody who's not with building management. In fact, anybody who's not even with the building management should not even be able to know our phone number. At the time, I had no idea, but Karen has already been told by building management and does not know our number, which is why she's calling from the emergency phone. Me, can I ask what this is regarding? Karen, no, give me a manager. Me, well, Karen, the problem is we have hundreds of managers who manage different things. I need to know what type of thing you're having trouble with so I know which manager to transfer you to. Karen, the manager in charge of elevators. By now, my spidey sense is tingling and I'm opening up the building history. Something stinks and it's the all too familiar smell of Karen's BS. Me, please hold while I get the manager of elevators. I place Karen on hold to get her good and wound up before I make her feel stupid. Me, hi Karen, thank you for holding. Before I put you through to the manager of elevators, I just need to confirm, did you call us this morning to request a technician come to retrieve a phone that got dropped down the crack beneath the elevator door on the 9th floor? Karen, no. She knows she's busted. Me, and at that time you were told to contact building management as we cannot dispatch a technician unless the building management requests it, or we have somebody trapped in an elevator. Karen, no. She knows what's coming next. Me, and after that, did you call again pretending to be trapped in the elevator with a baby in an effort to bypass the building maintenance and get us to send a technician to the site? Karen, I can hear her starting to tear up. I was trapped in the elevator and there was no ventilation and my baby was getting very hot and I needed to get him to the doctor. Me, I understand. Did you try dialing 911 while you were trapped? Karen, no, because she was about to say she dropped it down the elevator and was realizing she was about to get caught in a lie. It was out of batteries. Me, please hold. I put her on mute to get her even more wound up. Go to the bathroom and then come back. Me, hi Karen, thank you for holding. Karen, nothing. Me, hi Karen, are you still there? Karen, I'm here. Me, okay great, I was worried I'd lost you. Now, when the technician arrived, he found that the elevator was still working and diagnostics showed no errors. In fact, in the 35 minutes between your call and the technician arriving, the elevator was used 8 different times and that there's no record of anybody being trapped. Karen, yeah, that's what he said, but he wasn't there. I was trapped for over an hour with my baby who has a fever. Me, please hold. Eat my sandwich, chicken salad. I love my life. Me, hi Karen, thank you for holding. I just need to confirm, when our technician arrived to have you released from the elevator, were you waiting in the lobby and did you demand he retrieve your phone from the elevator shaft? Karen, yeah. Me, and when he told you to contact building management to get the $900 elevator pit retrieval fee approved, did you begin screaming at him to retrieve your phone immediately or you would get him fired? Karen, well, I wasn't screaming. Me, and then this happened. Who was watching the baby? Karen, what baby? Me, the one you were stuck in the elevator with that had a fever? Karen, oh, she was upstairs. I put her down. Me, so you left an infant alone so you could yell at the technician? Karen, are you telling me how to parent my... Me, please hold. Water my blueberries in Stardew Valley. Me, okay Karen, what I'm going to do right now is I'm putting a note in the system to have your phone retrieved free of charge out of the elevator shaft. Karen, oh thank you so much. Me, Me, you're very welcome. We'll be retrieving it for you on the next scheduled maintenance day, which will be within 3 to 6 weeks. Karen, 3 to 6 weeks? You can't send somebody today? Me, sure, but first you need to contact building management to call us and then approve the $900 elevator shaft retrieval fee, in addition to the $500 fine for faking an emergency. That one you'll be receiving from your landlord. Karen hung up before I was able to transfer it to the manager of elevators. I later spoke with building management, who was livid. Karen had originally spoken to them about the phone, however she refused to be billed for it, so management refused to make the call. Her baby wasn't even sick. In fact, it didn't even exist, unless her baby is 4 cats. I hope she isn't too surprised in 3 to 6 weeks when she gets the shattered pieces of her phone back. Okay, that was really funny. I love the way that they handled this. Like, hey, can I put you on hold for a second? And can I also put you on hold about 10 different times, just to piss you off even more? Next one is called Karen expects a 6-year-old to pay $100 for her son's stupidity. This should be a short story, but it's pretty good. This was when I was about 6 or 7. My friend, who we'll name Austin, EK, entitled kid, and his mother, Karen, entitled parent, never acted out before, so I was a little bit surprised when this happened. Austin and I were not great friends, but we hung out a little. One day at school, he and I were playing on the playground. All of a sudden, he fell with a loud thud. I was about 2 meters away from him, and I ran up to help him up. He was in immense pain, so his mother, Karen, was called. She took him to the hospital or some crap, I don't know, and turns out he broke his arm. I was the only one who saw this, so nobody else could confirm. Apparently, he told his mother and teacher that I broke his arm. What the hell? His mother then called my parents and said that I had to pay her $100. My mother and father trusted me and declined. She then said that she would sue me, a 6-year-old. See you in court, was apparently all her vocabulary was. Fortunately, no court would take her case. Duh. Austin was hated by the whole class after that. Happy ending. Oh my god, what? How is that even real? I'm gonna sue you for everything you've got, 6-year-old. People are so wild. I love reading about it though. The next one is called First Karen Encounter in a McDonald's. Edit, I just choked. Whoever gave me platinum, I now owe my car bet money to you. Also, can y'all stop commenting about my crappy spelling? I'm just a dumbass 14-year-old, okay? I couldn't care less about some stupid spellings. At least I know the difference between the theirs. Usually my town's McDonald's is quiet. Not much happening. I was eating my food, waiting for my friend. I finished my food and then I waited with a coffee for a while before he showed up. We sat at a table talking as we asked our other friends if they could meet us when the entitled mum turned up. Entitled mum, if you're not eating anything, then leave. I need to sit here. It's a weekend, so all the tables are taken. Me, no, we're clearly having a drink. Entitled mum, I said food. You can walk around with a drink. Friend, we're not moving. We're waiting for people. Entitled mum, my kids need to sit down. Now move. We refused to move because technically we were allowed to be there. She actually ended up leaving the building. She did go to the counter and tell an employee though, who walked over and told us that we were okay to be there. Karen left and me and my friend watched her, betting on what car she had as we laughed. Update, I wrote all of this in like 5 minutes while having a drink in my dad's pub, so I didn't get some details in, so I'll write them here. And a quick edit, Coke and water exists. I wasn't drinking alcohol. As much as I would have liked to have been drunk that day, she had 2 young kids who were literally being the loudest little crap you've ever seen. While she was walking off, she just sort of glared through my soul. I swear she was trying to kill me with that stare. Yeah, I don't understand why people feel like they can say stuff like this. Like, oh, you're sitting somewhere you're allowed to be. Well, I have children, so you have to leave. No, they don't. And it's so funny how the employee even came over and said they were okay. Like them going and complaining to the employees didn't do anything, but at least they ended up leaving. The next one is called My Headphones Affect the Education of Karen's Poor Baby. This is my first post on the subreddit, so, you know, yada yada yada. Background, all of this happened about a year ago at a cleaning job I had to pay my way through university. I was registered with a cleaning agency who would send me to various different places to clean, one of which was a very expensive and pretentious private school for kids under 11. Seriously, this place was like Hogwarts, and I went there about once a fortnight. Also relevant is that I have autism, which means I often struggle with loud and high-pitched noises, which made working in a school full of screaming kids quite hard. I worked out a deal with my boss at the school whereby when the kids were out in the playground being super loud, I would clean the places that were off limits to them and wear headphones. When they went into lessons and were quiet, I would do the public spaces, and this all worked out fine. Anyway, onto the story. Cast me, EM, self-explanatory, and B, my boss. So, it's the morning and all the kids are arriving at school, loud as hell, so I start my day cleaning the teacher's break room. I'm wearing my headphones, I'm jamming out, all is well. Then entitled mum bursts through the door, clearly having just dropped off her precious angel. I take out my headphones to see what she wants. Entitled mum, oh, I have the wrong room. I wanted to use the bathroom. Me, no worries, the bathroom is the next door on the right. Entitled mum, were you wearing headphones? Me, yeah. Entitled mum, that's completely unacceptable. I pay over 10 grand a year for the staff at my baby's school to be wearing headphones at work. Me, well, Entitled mum, what an awful example to to be setting to children, that you can listen to music in the workplace. The teachers take my baby's phone away at the start of the day and you can just wander around with yours. Me, in all fairness, ma'am, the children aren't allowed in this room, and when I'm in spaces where they are allowed, I don't have my phone or headphones on me. Entitled mum, you're being totally unprofessional. It's an attitude like that which means that you're a cleaner and my child will achieve real success in his life. Oh my god, how awful can people be? Me, I'm actually doing this job to pay for my degree. Entitled mum, if that were true, you'd be smart enough to know you don't talk back to people that pay your wages. Your boss will be hearing about this. What, hearing about how they did nothing? Some people are so lame. She storms out and about 10 minutes later she comes back with my boss. I'm feeling stressed out and on the verge of tears. Another side effect of my autism is that confrontation and conflict, or being yelled at, stresses me out beyond belief. I'm seriously relieved to see my boss and I can't wait to see the look on Entitled Mum's face when my boss tells her that my wearing headphones is okay. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. Entitled Mum, see? Completely unprofessional. Boss, I'm very sorry, Mrs. So-and-so. This is unacceptable. My name, will you please apologize and remove your headphones? Me, but I've been working here for months and I've always worn headphones. You told me it was okay. Boss, it's not okay and we can't accept you working in this school if you do not comply with our codes of conduct. Me, but you said, boss, honestly, Mrs. Entitled Mother, I did not and would not condone such a thing. I was about to start crying because I felt so crappy about the whole situation. And then I thought, screw this. I hate this job. I hate being talked down to by snooty parents, teachers, and kids alike. And my boss lying about my way to appease this entitled mum is the final straw. Entitled mum, well, are you going to apologize? Me? No, find somebody else to deal with your obnoxious staff and entitled brats. I laid down all of my stuff and I walked out and never went back in. My boss at the cleaning agency refused to send the school any more cleaners since they'd blatantly lied after telling the agency it was fine for autistic staff to wear headphones. They also insisted I got paid for a full day's work, which the school did. It was very satisfying walking out of that job. I wouldn't wish working as any kind of manual labor staff in a private school on anybody. Oh, that's so awful, OP. Sorry that you had to deal with that. God, some people can be a-holes for no reason. That's so gross. Imagine thinking you're better than somebody else and talking down to them like this for literally no reason. And also the entitled mum in this. How bloody miserable do you have to be to act like this to somebody for no reason when they're just trying to do their job and you're creating an issue and being awful for no reason? Ugh, yeah, that's so bad. The next one is called Karen Hates the Sight of Blood. I am perhaps fortunate that in my line of work I rarely encounter entitled parents, but reading these stories has definitely reminded me of an incident that took place many years ago. I was working for a small dance and theatre production company in the 70s. One day the boss decided we needed to clean our dance floor, essentially half a dozen rolls of very heavy duty black lino. We did a lot of work with ballet companies and consequently the floor got covered in dancers' rosin, a rather sticky powder-like substance that ballet dancers use on their dance shoes for grip, which needed cleaning down periodically. The quickest way we found to do this was to hold the whole shebang down to the local foreshore along the Thames, roll it out into the water and then give it a good going over with a stiff bristled broom. It worked a treat and it would only take 20 minutes. On this day, it was extremely cold, so I elected to go get into my wetsuit as I'd have to walk one end of the roll out into the river and I didn't fancy freezing my butt off standing around in Old Father Thames. As I walked out the third roll, I felt a rather odd sensation in my right foot. Something was off, so I walked back up onto the foreshore. It felt like the ball of my foot was flapping about as if it had somehow been disconnected from the rest of my foot. Stepping out of the water, I saw that my foot was bleeding like a stuck pig. I had apparently trodden on a large piece of broken glass that had sliced right through my plimsolls and straight into my foot. Aghast, my boss rapidly wrangled the floor section we'd been cleaning into the van, and we head off for the nearest A&E, accident and emergency. 10 minutes after, I'm sat on the chair in a very busy waiting room, still in my wetsuit with a sweatshirt tightly wrapped around my foot while the boss checks me in. I'm still losing blood like it's going out of fashion. I've obviously sliced into some major blood vessels, and there's a pool of blood accumulating on the floor, despite the temporary bandage. As you might imagine, I'm also starting to feel rather faint and very out of sorts. It was at this juncture that the Karen manifested in all her glory. Sat almost opposite was, as I've subsequently discovered, a stereotypical Karen sporting a coiffure of indeterminate provenance and an expression like she consumed enough lemons to populate the glasses of every single gin and tonic drinker in the country. Sat with her was a glum-looking 9-year-old. Excuse me, would you mind not bleeding all over the floor in front of my son? It's making him feel sick. Oh my god. I was wondering where this was going. Seriously. Despite my weakened state, I felt affronted. What would you like me to do? Go and find a needle and thread and sew it up myself? Remarkably, the lemon-sucking expression intensified. Why don't you sit somewhere else? It was at this point that decorum departed for sunnier climes. I gave her both barrels at close range and at high volume. Why don't you F off and sit somewhere else if it bothers you so much? You can clearly see that walking around with a severely gashed foot is going to be something of a problem for me. You on the the other hand, seem to be perfectly capable of getting up off your fat ass with minimal effort. If you're that bothered, F off somewhere else. If looks could kill, I would have died on the spot, but I continue to stare her down. At this point, my boss comes back from checking me in. He parks his 6'2" frame in front of her and in a low but menacing voice starts to curse her out in Russian. Karen goes white and grabbing her son's hand scurries off to the other side of the waiting room. Shortly thereafter, I get called into a consulting room, and 13 stitches and a pint of O+ later, I'm sent home to recuperate. Boss took me home, and on the way back I asked him what he said to Karen. My mother's recipe for borscht. Karen's son was in for the removal of a tiny wood splinter in his pinky. Oh my god, I can't believe that. Hey, can you please stop bleeding? That's hilarious, but like confusingly infuriating. Like, what do you mean, can they stop bleeding? Yeah, wow, that was so fun to read. The next one is called A Brief Encounter with a Karen at the IKEA restaurant. So today my husband took me shopping at IKEA for some random items we needed, but we were unable to get due to previous public gatherings restrictions. We decided to make a day out of it and grab lunch at the IKEA restaurant while we were at it. Now, for clarification, due to COVID, there are certain rules and procedures to be followed in IKEA, meaning that now you stand in queue, first to get your table number, then to move forward to order and go take your designated seat, and one of the servers wheels your food to you. All fine and dandy, we stand in line to get our table number, though the queue is kind of long, and we're considering scrapping this idea and eating elsewhere. Right next to the window is a giant menu with items offered in the IKEA restaurant, the usual meatballs, salmon, salad, and the like. In front of us stands a Karen with a kid in a stroller, which looked to be around 4 years old. Karen stares at the menu and looks over at the restaurant employee handing out table numbers. Karen, do you have any chicken McNuggets? Silence. The employee is staring at her. We're staring at her. God and evolution are arguing in the background about whose fault this brain fart is, given that they are usually not served here at all, and the giant picture menu is quite clear on that subject. Not to mention that McNuggets are kind of a different restaurant chain's gig. Employee, no, we don't, sorry. Karen, you don't? What kind of a kid-unfriendly restaurant is this? My child doesn't want to eat anything on your menu. Employee, I'm sorry, madam. The menu you see to your left is all that's offered. Karen huffs, grabs the table number and moves forward. The employee glances over at us, gives us the table number and goes, oh, pardon me, madam is pregnant. You don't wait. Please just step here to the side and follow my colleague. He'll take you to the register so you can order. Karen's head whips around so fast I thought it might fall off. Her face is a picture of shock at unjust treatment. She glares at my 8-month pregnant belly and then at the employee and screeches, I have a child as well. The employee, now with another one in tow, stares at her blankly and goes, yes, but your madam here is pregnant. I can sense him struggling not to say, well, you pushed yours out a while ago, didn't you? As we leave with the other server, I can still hear her in the background arguing that she has a child and should be given the same treatment as a pregnant woman, while the IKEA employee is still patiently trying to explain to her that it's company policy that disabled people and pregnant women have the right to cut queue, and unless she or her son is disabled, or she herself is pregnant, she can't cut in. 20 minutes later, we're done with our food and we stand up to leave. I spot Karen still in queue, third in line from the register, glaring at us. I resist the urge to wave and just pat my belly happily, and then waddle away with my husband. I have no doubts that IKEA is getting a bad review on Yelp or something, due to not serving McNuggets and not letting her entitled self cut in line, even though she played the child card fairly early on. Oh my god, that's so annoying. I can't even imagine a more frustrating situation. That's so frustrating. And I feel like that's enough for today. It's been a beautiful episode, but we need to read something wholesome. I'm a big fan of this picture of a vet showing a cat how fat he is. Oh, that's so cute. They're like, oh my god, really? That's amazing. I'm so cute. I got my grandma an Xbox One as a joke on Christmas, and now she's been playing for 3 days straight and I can't get her to stop. Oh, that's also so cute. Like, oh my god, where has an Xbox been my entire life? This is amazing. How am I meant to stop playing? That's so beautiful. Hello, want to sit? Whatever you may be going through, be brave. You will find your path and walk it well. Stay strong, traveler. Come back for more tea. Oh, thank you. That's so cute. That one was by Chai Bird Art. Really cute and a beautiful place to end today's episode. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you had a wonderful time today. And if you did and you want to see more videos like this, make sure you like and subscribe. And the comment of the day today goes to a Larry Dream, a coffee, some crochet, and a Vincey to start my morning. Oh, today is going to be a good day. Oh, thank you for the support. That means so much to me. It absolutely is going to be a good day, and I hope you had a good day. It sounds like you definitely started it the right way. And thank you all for the support, guys. I'm not going to have a video tomorrow, guys, but I will be back the day after. So when you don't see an episode tomorrow, don't worry. Everything's totally fine. I'll be back the next day. Okay, I'm out of here. Make sure you look after yourself and make sure you have a beautiful, amazing rest of your day. And you know what I'm about to say because I say it every single day. Bye!